In the tumult of a world that often seems governed by chaos, where the night bares its fangs and the day can blister our dreams, there resides a promise. Ageless and steadfast, it waits quietly amidst the tumult, the promise of unassailable refuge. Nestled within the sacred verses of Psalm 91, this promise has echoed through the corridors of time, whispering to the beleaguered, bolstering the frail, comforting the forsaken. As you embark upon this exploration of such divine assurance, may your heart find both anchor and wings within the enduring words of this biblical passage. Psalm 91, a beacon of hope within the biblical canon, offers solace and sanctuary to those navigating the shadows of uncertainty. This psalm, composed as a divine dialogue, guarantees a supernatural shield to those who dwell in the refuge of the Almighty. Envisioning this psalm is akin to observing the vast expanse of a serene landscape, where every corner promises peace and every whispered wind speaks of protection. It is both a haven for the spirit and armor for the soul, drawing countless believers into its fold. Understanding Psalm 91 requires us to don the cloak of faith and trust in the dimensions of divine protection that often elude our physical senses. It invites us to lean into the intangible, to find reassurance in the assurance of something greater than ourselves that watches over our every step. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. Psalm 91:4. The metaphor of God as a bird, sheltering his followers with expansive wings, paints a vivid picture of nurturing care and relentless protection. Just as a bird instinctively protects its young from harm, Psalm 91 suggests a divine protector who covers us with a canopy of safety. This imagery is powerful, evoking both tenderness and strength, qualities essential to divine safeguarding. It is through such analogies that Scripture often speaks, inviting readers to transcend literal interpretations and delve into emotional and spiritual realms. By envisioning God as a protective bird, we are coaxed into feeling his presence in a more intimate, personal way, which fundamentally alters our interaction with these verses. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day. Psalm 91:5. These words from Psalm 91 form a bold declaration against fear, providing a spiritual bulwark against the anxieties that plague both night and day. This part of the psalm acts like a shield, its words deflecting the arrows of nocturnal fears and diurnal worries. The psalmist does not merely suggest a passive hope, but a proactive assurance. In a world where fear can often dominate our lives, casting long shadows over our joy and peace, these promises serve as powerful reminders of the Almighty's omnipresent protection. They inspire a proactive faith that challenges the darkness with the light of trust. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91:1. This opening verse introduces a compelling invitation to intimacy with God, emphasizing the secret place, a metaphorical space of close communion with the divine. This secret place is a spiritual realm where individuals can connect with God on a profound level. It is here, in this private sanctum, that believers can experience the fullness of God's presence and protection. The concept of dwelling in this secret place suggests not just a fleeting visit, but a constant living within, suggesting a lifestyle of continual reliance and communion with God. It's a place where trust is not just practiced, but perfected, where the chaos of the world is exchanged for the peace of God's presence. This call to intimacy is central to understanding the power of Psalm 91. It is not just about the promise of protection, but about the relationship that underpins that promise. The deeper our communion with the divine, the more palpable his protection becomes in our daily lives. To fully grasp the richness of Psalm 91, it is essential to consider its place within the tapestry of biblical history and literature. Scholars often debate the authorship and exact historical context of this psalm, yet its themes resonate universally across eras and cultures. Psalm 91 has been a source of strength and solace through many historical crises: war, famine, plague, and personal turmoil. Its words have been whispered by kings in palaces, chanted by soldiers in trenches, and prayed by mothers in quiet desperation. Understanding the historical backdrop of Psalm 91 enhances its relevance. It anchors the abstract promises of protection in the concrete reality of human struggles and triumphs. This historical perspective reminds us that, though the challenges of today differ from those of the past, the source of our protection and refuge remains unchanged. Tools for tomorrow: applying Psalm 91 in the modern world. In a contemporary context, the assurances of Psalm 91 are not merely poetic comfort, but can be seen as tools for living. In an age riddled with uncertainty, be it health pandemics, societal unrest, or personal anxieties, these verses offer a blueprint for spiritual resilience. Integrating the truths of Psalm 91 into daily life involves more than recitation. It requires meditation, belief, and action. It challenges believers to not only seek refuge, but also to become beacons of refuge for others, embodying the protective love of God in their communities. This part of the psalm encourages a proactive approach to faith. It calls for a faith that does not merely react to adversity, but anticipates and overcomes it through divine strength. It is about carrying the peace of the secret place into the chaos of the everyday world. Voices of assurance, testimonials of trust in Psalm 91. Throughout centuries, Psalm 91 has touched countless lives, each person drawing unique strength from its promises. These testimonials offer a mosaic of faith, each tile a story of trust and triumph. From the testimonies of ancient saints to the accounts of modern-day believers, Psalm 91 continues to be a wellspring of courage. These stories are not just historical footnotes, but living evidences of the psalm's power. Hearing how others have leaned on these verses in their darkest hours can embolden our faith and encourage us to trust more deeply in God's promises. Each testimony is a reaffirmation that the refuge promised in Psalm 91 is not an abstract concept, but a present and potent reality. Reflection and prayer. Personally connecting with Psalm 91. As we draw this exploration to a close, it's essential to transition from understanding to application, from knowledge to personal experience. Engaging with Psalm 91 on a personal level involves reflection and prayer, a dialogue with God about the fears we face and the faith we foster. Let this psalm be a starting point for deeper spiritual exploration. Reflect on its promises, pray for its truths to be realized in your life, and consider how you might embody its assurances in your interactions with the world. May this journey through Psalm 91 not just be one of intellectual understanding, but a heartfelt expedition towards deeper trust and tranquility in the shadow of the Almighty. In this divine dialogue, may you find not just words on a page, but a lifeline for every season of the soul. In this journey through Psalm 91, we find more than just a scriptural haven. We discover a blueprint for spiritual resilience, a testament of ageless assurance, and a call to a deeper communion with the Most High. Dive deep and rise refreshed, dear reader, for in these ancient words lies the promise of eternal shelter.